Genre conventions of a music video / artist in our style. Our artist falls mainly under these categories: singer-songwriter, folk or acoustic. Musicians who create, compose and sing their own material, including lyrics and melodies, are called singer-songwriters. They provide the main accompaniment to their composition or song, typically using a guitar or piano, which they play themselves. Even though many other famous musicians write their own songs, they may not accompany that singing with a musical instrument, so they are only referred to as singers. Folk music was originally a method of telling stories, where a ballad telling a story using technical melodies, words and songs were shared between people and generations. Because of this passing through time, the songs may alter by words, melody length, pitches and rhythm. It is often used to express religious and political beliefs or express the character of a certain social group. However, the term folk has been used to describe a kind of popular music that is based on traditional styles of music since the middle of the 20th century. Popular recognition of singer-songwriters in North America and Britain began in the 60s and 70s with a range of folk country-influenced musicians such as Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell and Dolly Parton. Some of them also began to release performance work, but instead of using the storytelling approach of prior country and folk, they used typical first-person narrative, personal songs which included their opinion. Acoustic music relies solely on acoustic instruments whose sound has not been amplified electronically. However, they may use a speaker system to amplify their sound in live performances, but this replicates their natural sound. Joni Mitchell is one of the singer-songwriters who began to release performance work and incorporated political protests in her lyrics, which tackled social and environmental issues. She has been of influence and inspiration to our artist voice and sound. Laura Marling is a modern-day artist who has fallen under this version of folk, country and singer-songwriter genre. She falls under the vague category of alternative folk, singer-songwriter or possibly folk rock. She is much like our artist Steph, as both their sounds are characterised by striking melodies and poetic lyrics. Other similar artists include Frank Turner, who has evolved the genre of folk with his political, angsty brand of strong folk songwriting. He includes catchy melodies, punk passion and ethics to inspire his audience and evoke thoughts of rebellion against unjust democracy. He also writes about personal subjects, confession and his opinions. However, it is difficult to define our artists as well as these similar artists, as genres have now become so broad and vague that it is difficult to classify anything. Every artist now seems to overlap into many other genres, as they all evolve in their own style, which is usually based on influences from other genres. For example, our artist is influenced by original folk singers such as Joni Mitchell, Dolly Parton, along with new evolutions of singer-songwriters such as Laura Marling and the heavily inspired Mumford & Sons.